Welcome to Episode 5 of Inside Azure for IT. I'm Erin Chapple, CVP of Azure Core Product and Design. We find ourselves again facing swift and dynamic market changes with macroeconomic headwinds, geopolitical tensions, and labor constraints in multiple industries, presenting continued challenges for IT leaders to navigate. And just as companies of all sizes across all industries turned to the cloud to adapt during the pandemic, they continue to do so to help them digitally optimize their businesses. In this episode, we'll take a look at 3 strategies that can help you successfully navigate some of the uncertainty that we're all facing today and emerge stronger, more agile, and more efficient. I've invited 3 guests to share their perspectives on how you can use the full power of the cloud to gain efficiencies and scalability, how you can optimize cloud investments to maximize value, and how you can strengthen your security to become more resilient while you continue to innovate. Before we get started, remember, this is part 2 of a 3-part episode. In the first segment, I talked with Satish Rajappa at Blue Yonder about how they're helping customers transform supply chains, drive business value, and gain competitive advantage by migrating to the cloud. And in the third segment, I talk with Vasu Jakal, CVP of Microsoft Security, Governance, Identity, and Privacy, about today's security landscape and why implementing a comprehensive security strategy is so important to growing your business. Now, I'd like to welcome Henry O'Connell, CEO and co-founder of Canary Speech, to chat with us about how they're powering their innovative vocal biomarker screening technology with Microsoft Azure and optimizing their cloud resources and costs to maximize value. Henry, welcome to Inside Azure for IT.
Thanks for having me.
Companies of all sizes and across all industries have been using cloud technology to help them accelerate digital transformation, optimize their IT resources, and drive innovation. Canary Speech is no exception. Your voice biomarker technology harnesses the power of the cloud to screen for mood and disease states within seconds, essentially translating what we say and how we say it into actionable healthcare solutions.
That's right, Erin. Historically, speech and language has been used to analyze word usage, word patterns, and the complexity or lack of complexity with respect to the analysis of certain human conditions and diseases. However, we can also understand emotion and human condition from simple conversation. We set out to prove that voice technology can do the same. Canary Speech was born to advance the speech and language industry and thus help individuals and clinicians recognize disease and human conditions such as depression, anxiety, stress, and Alzheimer's in a matter of seconds from conversational speech.
Amazing. I find the convergence of healthcare and technology, specifically cloud technology, fascinating. The potential for digital transformation is just so vast. For example, high-performance computing is unlocking that next generation of healthcare breakthroughs with genomic analysis, precision medicine, medical imaging, and clinical trial simulations. I also think about the patient experience. Virtual telehealth options became critical during the pandemic, and as a result, today, connecting with a healthcare professional is easier than ever in many ways. Now, Henry, Canary Speech was born in the cloud. As you approached building this vocal biomarker platform, why did you choose to start in the cloud?
Well, first and foremost, we needed a solution that could help us provide a world-class platform for vocal biomarker analysis that also met the stringent requirements inherent in providing healthcare services. The platform would need to be highly robust, reliable, and scalable, and building that ourselves would have been very expensive. Leveraging the economy of scale and cost-effective resources that a cloud provider offers was a natural conclusion.
Taking advantage of the economies of scale that the cloud can offer is one of the most common benefits I hear from customers, not only for cloud-native applications, but modernization as well. Now, after your initial implementation, I understand there were certain requirements for the application that shifted. Henry, how did that factor into your cloud choice?
As we became more familiar with the cloud provider we were using, we realized some limitations. We ended up moving to Azure for 3 reasons. First, Azure met the unique geographic requirements of the healthcare markets and specific healthcare clinics that Canary Speech provides AI and vocal biomarker analysis for. Second, Azure helped us meet the requirements for handling health and data records in a secure environment within a managed platform as a service. Plus, it allowed us to integrate patient records to support data-driven decisions, which is critical to the deployment of Canary Speech solutions. And third, the Azure Fire Service gave us what we needed to become a world-class platform. It allows us to process audio captured from a range of sources like smartphones, telephones, video conferencing, and in-person interviews. It also offers rapid exchange of healthcare data worldwide, which is critical to ensuring healthcare services for our clients globally.
That's great to hear. The Azure Healthcare APIs, like Azure Fire, are purpose-built for unique requirements of protected health information, or PHI, which means you can use them to bring disparate sets of PHI together and connect it with tools for machine learning, analytics, and AI. It's a great example of how our industry cloud solutions can create new opportunities for growth and innovation. Now, whether you're migrating from on-premises to the cloud, or in your case, Henry, moving from one cloud provider to another, the modernization process can be costly and complex to manage if you don't have a comprehensive strategy or a trusted partner to help you along the way. And once you're operational in the cloud, it's important to understand how to optimize your workloads for maximum efficiency. Henry, you have some great examples of how Canary Speech is approaching optimization in the cloud.
I do. Our first goal was to have a platform running on Azure, a lift and shift from our legacy implementation with the other cloud provider. In doing so, we engaged both the Microsoft Cloud partner to assist us in the technical implementation and Microsoft's own solution architects to guide us along the way. Working together has been a great experience and a true partnership, professional, cooperative, and comprehensive. The WAF has also been a valuable resource during this process. After the first milestone of getting our platform and Teams add-on in market, we plan to use the framework to guide us in transitioning to Azure services that are more cost-effective and provide functionality that is more aligned and integrated with the rest of the Azure platform services.
I'm so glad you mentioned the WAF, or the Azure Well-Architected Framework. From design principles to reference architectures and step-by-step documentation, it's a great resource to help ensure your workloads are strategically configured to maximize performance and efficiency from the very beginning.
Now, another way we've been optimizing is by investigating Azure machine learning. Our current research and model deployment methodology serves us well. But as a team grows, we'd like to standardize more of the tooling, testing, and operations of our model development. We see the Azure Machine Learning suite of services as an opportunity to do that in a way that is much more cost-effective than if we were to try to build it ourselves.
And cost effectiveness is top of mind for many IT leaders today. We designed Azure to give customers an infrastructure foundation that can free up capital and resources for growth, so they can shift capital expenses to operational expenses and improve agility for ever-changing macroeconomic conditions. Simplifying and automating your infrastructure and operations can also help you reduce technical debt more quickly.
Erin, the last thing I'd like to mention is one of the most exciting opportunities we see on the horizon. Optimizing the experience, time, and expense it takes to collect and collate health data. Currently, a healthcare provider who wants to collect voice samples for analysis needs to associate the resulting scores with patients' health data through expensive and custom EHR integrations. And to your last point, using Azure Health Data Services, specifically the Azure Fire interface, we can accelerate those integrations in a meaningful and cost-effective way using industry-standard methodology.
Henry, those are great examples of how optimizing your workloads in Azure can help accelerate growth and open up new business opportunities. Now, Henry, we talked a lot about how you're currently leveraging the full power of the cloud. Before I let you go, can you share what's next for Canary Speech in Azure?
Canary is working on developing the capacity to support multimodal biomarker libraries and repositories within the Azure cloud system. Think of these as libraries of measurable elements within the human body that can offer the potential for improved diagnosis and more accurate disease assessments. Creating biomarker libraries that can contribute to the quality of care for populations around the world, including remote communities, is an exciting addition to healthcare.
Well, I can't wait to check in with you and see how that's going. Henry, thank you so much for joining me today. It's been a pleasure chatting with you.
Thanks, Erin. This was great.
Now, don't forget to check out the other segments of this episode of Inside Azure for IT. I talk with Satish Rajappa at Blue Yonder about how they're helping customers realize efficiencies and scalability by migrating to the cloud. And I also chat with my colleague and Microsoft leader, Vasu Jakal, about why implementing a comprehensive security strategy is just so important for growing your business. For all our videos, deep dives, and skilling content, head to azure.com/inside Azure for IT. And I'll see you next time.